Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you how to get this look right here. This is a Chatty Get Ready With Me video, and the eye look is using the Carli Bybel palette. I'm obsessed with this palette. It is at Ulta now, every single Ulta store, and it's only like 14 bucks. So you guys definitely need to go get it because it's awesome. And I used it for my eyes and my highlight and things like that. Today I'm just doing a daytime glam look. I'm going shopping with my friend later, and I just wanted you guys to get ready with me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next Friday. The cat is trying to sabotage me. Okay guys, so to prime my face, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And this is one of my absolute favorite primers ever. It is honestly like the one that I use the most out of any primer I own. So I'm just going to apply this to my cheeks and T-zone area because that is where I have the biggest pores. So I like to kind of apply it to my face and then I press it in a little bit. So now I'm going to go in with foundation, and I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation in Medium Sand. And this was in my July favorites. I haven't had this for too long, but I am in love with it. This is completely full coverage, matte foundation. So I'm using this foundation, and I'm just going to put some dots on my face and then blend it out with this brush. This brush is from Target. It doesn't have a name on it, and it's been a while since I bought it, but it is just this little foundation brush, and it is smaller than the Morphe 439 brush, but honestly, I like it better than the Morphe 439. I find myself reaching for it more, if you can believe that. It's it is more flat on the top, as I'm sure you can see, and I don't know, it's a lot smaller, so it takes longer, but I just like how it blends. With the Morphe, I honestly find that I get strokes, I can see strokes. With this one, I don't. It's more dense, it's flatter, but this is my favorite way to blend out this foundation. So I'm just going to take some on my fingers and just do little dots on my cheeks. I like a lot of coverage on my cheek area, and then really not any coverage on my forehead or on my nose. So I definitely concentrate most of the product on my cheeks. So now I'm just going to take my little Target brush and blend everything out. I like to take whatever's left over and put on my eyelids just to kind of cover them. I like to kind of do downward strokes where I want more coverage, in my cheek area. I like to do downward strokes, and then places where I don't want as much coverage, like my forehead, I will do kind of buffing motions. I learned from Samantha Ravindal here on YouTube that if you do downward strokes with your brush, you get fuller coverage than if you buff it in. So I definitely agree with that, and that's what I tend to do on my cheeks. And there is still some redness right here, so I'm going to take a little bit more and put in the red spots. If you hear my cat, I'm terribly sorry. He is he gets in these moods and he just spazzes out and I don't even know. So whenever I add my last layer of foundation to cover the extra redness, I like to either use my brush, my fingers, or a sponge, and I just tap it in like that. And I find that tapping gives the fullest coverage, but obviously it would take 10 years to do your whole face like this, so I just do my areas I want the most coverage like that. And then I run whatever is left over on my brush down my neck. So now I'm going to go in with concealer, and I use the NYX HD concealer, and I just bought a darker shade. This is CW04. I'm just going to do a little triangle action to highlight a little bit. And I like to bring the concealer up right here because I have darkness right here. It's kind of bluish. So I like to do that, and this concealer is yellow tone, which matches my skin, and it also helps to color correct a little bit. So now I'm just taking this little concealer brush and I'm just kind of spreading it around a little bit before I blend it out. Just kind of making it more even layer. And I like to bring it down close to the sides of my nose like that. And I'll bring it down the sides of my nose if I have a lot of extra product. And I'm also going to take whatever is left over on my brush and just kind of like cover up any blemishes or anything that didn't get covered with the foundation. So I normally blend my concealer out with a beauty blender, but today I'm actually just going to use my finger because God gave us the best makeup brushes right here. So I'm just going to use that. If you do use your fingers, make sure that your hands are clean or else you will be spreading bacteria on your face and we don't want that. I used a little bit more concealer than I needed to, so I'm just going to take my beauty blender and just kind of take up any excess. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my face with powder, and I use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is the Set and Smooth, and this is 220 Natural Beige. So I like to use this flat brush from e.l.f. and this is the e.l.f. powder brush, and it is super flat because I love it. That's what I was going to say. But it's super flat, and that's nice to really like pack on powder because I used to use a like domed shape brush and I used to like rub it on my face and that like disturbs your foundation underneath of it. And so I found that this flat brush is the best to just like pat the powder into your skin. And that way it doesn't disturb your foundation underneath. So now I'm going to take this Wet n Wild contour palette, and this was also in my July favorites. This is probably too light for my skin even right now, but I'm going to use it anyways because YOLO. So I'm going to just set this under my eyes a little bit, just to kind of brighten them up a little bit. I bring it underneath of my eye and I pat it up on my cheekbone. It kind of gives me like a nice highlight base, and I also will highlight just like the center of my face, like my chin, forehead, down the nose, and cupid's bow area, just to brighten it up. And this brush that I use is the e.l.f. blush brush, and this is the most perfect brush in the whole entire world to get underneath of your eyes. It fits so perfectly, and I highly recommend you guys get this brush. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to brows before I finish the rest of my face and do the eyeshadow. So this is the Anastasia Dip Brow, as you know, and I am using this Eco Tools brush. It's just like this little pointed angle brush, and I really like it to do brows with. So I just like to pick up a little bit of product and start filling them in from like the arch area back. And I like to start working on the bottom part of the brow first. And I like to do that on both brows first and then go back in and fill them in. So exciting news, my husband is building me a custom vanity for my birthday, and also I am going to be switching beauty rooms. My house that I live in right now is 3 bedrooms, and I currently have my desk, which I use for my makeup, in the smallest of the 2 guest bedrooms. The bigger guest bedroom is the actual guest room, and we hardly have anyone ever stay with us. Yeah, but I'm going to be switching the guest room, so this room is going to be the guest room, and the other room is going to be my new beauty room. It's my beauty room, but it also doubles as my husband's office as well. His desk is over here, and then it also triples as my dog's room because we put her in her crate at night, and so we have her kennel in here as well, so that's why you hear her in a lot of my videos, because she likes to hang out with me whenever I get ready. Yeah, that's really exciting because I am doing all of that myself. I love to like redecorate and rearrange stuff. So I don't know how much of that cut off because I was just talking away and going to town on my brows and realized that the camera stopped recording, so I hope all that got on there. But if you guys mess up on your brows, I like to keep this little thing in my beauty room, and it has Q-tips in it, normally a lot more than this. But I like to use Q-tips to clean up my brows because I always mess up when I'm like, nobody does them perfectly. Don't let them fool you. No one does them perfect. And so I like to go in and just kind of like clean up underneath of them. I've seen people use concealer a lot, but I get kind of messy with concealer. So I just like to use Q-tips. And yeah, I just think they're easier. I don't know. So that's a tip if you guys are like kind of frustrated with your brows. Whenever I started like just doing them kind of crazy and then cleaning up after, I found that I was less frustrated, and you know, I actually started doing them a little bit better. So don't get frustrated. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my brows with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and finish my face before I move on to the eyes. And so I'm going to go ahead and bronze first, and I'm going to use my NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in Sunny. Yeah. And I'm taking this e.l.f. complexion brush and loading it up and just bronzing a little bit. And I like to do my cheeks first. And make sure that you take your bronzer all the way back to your hairline. So when you guys start school, I start college like a week later than I normally do, which is August 22nd. So I get an extra week of summer, which I'm really excited about. And I'll be a senior in college this year, so that is kind of scary and different. So I'm excited for that though. So this is my first like actual chatty get ready with me, if you will. So let me know if you guys like it and want to see more like this. So I bronze my cheeks and around my forehead and temple area, and you might want to make sure that you get as close to your hairline as you possibly can. And so very lastly, I will bronze my jawline and run it down my neck. And I like to do one side at a time. Don't know why. Just do. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of bronzer to my nose before I forget while I have this out. And I just like to use this brush from Morphe. This is a Morphe B81 brush. And this is a badger hair brush. And I really freaking love this brush. I love it for blending in the crease, but I also love it for adding some bronzer to my nose. I don't know, I'm just obsessed with it, guys. So I just add a little bit of bronzer to my nose. So now I am going to go ahead and contour my cheeks. And I like to use a stippling brush for this, and this is the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush. Guys, I love e.l.f. brushes. If you have not noticed, I don't talk about like what brushes I use that much, but I love e.l.f. brushes, and most of the ones I use are e.l.f. brushes. I don't know why. They're just really good. So, yeah, this is the Small Stipple Brush, and I just dip right into the contour color, tap it, because this stuff is pigmented, guys. I'm not even kidding. And I just kind of, I don't like to contour too much. I just like to do a little bit, about 2 to 3 inches. And I kind of like to build up the color first, and then I'll go back in and blend it out a little bit more. And this is another one that you definitely want to make sure that you get in your hairline really well. So I build up the color and then I like blend it upward. Just like that. Just like that. And sometimes I add a little bit to my jawline, like right here. And it's a little bit harsh at first, but then I go back in. I go back in with my bronzer brush and just kind of drag it down and blend it out. I don't have my contacts in, so I can't see when it stops recording, so I hope it don't. So now I'm going to move on to blush. This is the order I like to do things. I like to do bronzer, contour, blush, then highlight. I don't know really what other people do in what order. I don't, like, that's something like I'll watch makeup tutorials all day long, but I don't really pay attention to like what order they do stuff, which I don't really care because I do what I like to do. I mean, that's kind of the moral of the story. But so I'm going to be using the Too Faced Love Flush Blush in Baby Love. And this is a really pretty neutral pinky color with cool undertones in it. And I effing love this blush. It is so pretty. And it goes perfectly with the Carli Bybel palette. All of the tones in here are just so pretty. And they really go together. They're nice and mauve-y and kind of cool tone, actually. A lot of them are very cool tone. So yeah, I really love this blush with that palette. So I'm just taking this Real Techniques blush brush and putting this on my cheeks. I like to put this, I don't like to put too much blush on the apples of my cheeks. I like to start about where my contour is and just kind of work it in right there. Back toward my hairline. Just like that. So sometimes whenever I find my contour is a little bit crazy or my bronzer is a little bit crazy, I will go back in with the brush I used to set my eyes and the highlight color, and I will just kind of clean up underneath. So now I'm going to zoom you guys in and work on my eyes, and then I will go back and do my highlight and finish everything up. Okay guys, so to start my eye look, I'm going to be using this very first shade right here. And I'm going to be using this just small eyeshadow brush. This is from Wet n Wild, and it does not have a name. So I'm just going to be using this to pack this all over my lid and crease. And I like to bring it in the inner corner as well to help brighten everything up. So next I'm going to take this brush from Crown Brush. No, I'm not. So now I'm going to take this middle shade right here, this one, and I'm going to blend this all over the crease. That's the only bad thing about these eyeshadows, guys, is that they are extremely like chalky and they have a lot of fallout in the pan. Like whenever you dip into them, it just kind of like explodes everywhere. So definitely be careful about that one. But these colors are so amazing. And I've been using this palette every single day since I bought it. So now I'm going to dip into this color right here. This nice mauve color. And this is going to go directly where we put the last color. We're just kind of making like a nice mauve like smoke. So now I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and I'm going to go into this deepest purple right here at the top. And I'm going to put this pretty tight in the crease on the outer corner and blend it. And then I'm going to switch back to the bigger brush that we were using and blend that out a little bit more. So now I'm taking a little bit of that same darker purple on the bigger blending brush, and I'm just kind of adding that very lightly above where we put the other. Just like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean up underneath of my brow bone before I finish the look, and I'm going to go back in with that very first and just clean up underneath of my brows. I'm going to take this pink color right here for the lid, and I like to do this on my finger actually, so I'm just going to pack this all over the lid. Just like that. I think that that's how you get like the most out of your shimmery eyeshadows, is whenever you use your finger. So now I'm going to go back in with that second color right here, and I'm just going to add a little bit more to the crease area. So I'm going to take this highlight color down here, and I'm going to take this on a small synthetic brush, and I'm going to put this underneath the brow bone, and I'm also going to put this on the inner corner. I'm also going to add this to the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow. I don't know if you can see that. So now I'm going to go in and do liner, and I'm using the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. Yeah, I'm going to do a little wing today, so that's what I'm going to do. Moment of silence. So I like to do the like band on my eyeliner, and then I like to go in and do the wing. So I'm just giving my marker a little shake. So now I'm just taking some of that white eyeshadow and just kind of like cleaning up underneath. Once again, I've seen people use concealer, but we've already set our face, and that can tend to look like cakey and stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight, and I'm going to use this pink color right here in the Carli Bybel palette, and this is the same one that I used for my brow bone and inner corner. And I like those things to correlate together. So I like to do my highlight like that, and then I like to take my blush brush and kind of give everything a little like blendy, little blendy action. So I like to go ahead and set my face before I do my mascara, because I'm really impatient and I don't like to wait for it to dry, so I just do it in this order. So I'm just using the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. It's my favorite. It was in my favorites, and I talk about it all the time. So I'm just going to spray my face. And whenever you're setting your makeup, try to keep your eyes closed so that your lid color doesn't transfer up there, because if you do, it will get stuck there. So after that dries, I'm going to add a little bit of mascara, and I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. And this is my favorite eyeshadow for day to day, because it really lengthens your lashes and separates them, and I just love how it looks, and it's super black. So I'm just going to coat the top part of my lashes to kind of hide any eyeshadow that got on there, and then I like to brush them upward and look down into your mirror whenever you do your top lashes, especially if you coat the top of them, because if you look up, it will hit your eyeshadow and you'll get mascara in your eyeshadow. Which, that's not a big deal. If you do get mascara in your eyeshadow, wait for it to dry and then take a Q-tip and put the Q-tip directly over top of the mascara and just twist it and pull off, and it will come right off and not disturb your eyeshadow. And on the bottom lashes, I like to add a little extra to the corner, the bottom corner, because I really feel like it gives your eye like a nice shape whenever you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do my lip really fast. I think today I'm just going to wear this lip liner, and this is from Rimmel. This is the East End Snob. I've talked about this before. I really, really love it. Rimmel has super good drugstore lip liners if you guys are in the market for one. I know I've mentioned that before. And now I'm just going to line and fill in my lips. So this lip is so pretty with the look. It ties in with the blush and the eyeshadow, and I love it, and it's so pretty. So I'm going to apply some lashes, and I'll be right back. The lashes that I'm going to be using are the Ardell Wispies in black. Okay guys, so I just put lashes on, and I was about to finish the outro, and I just realized that I forgot to do my lower lash line. I don't know why. I've done that in another video. I'm like editing it, and I'm like, I forgot to do my lower lash line. I normally do it before I apply mascara on the bottom, obviously, but I forgot because I'm a big idiot. So I'm just going to take this purpley mauve color right here, and I'm taking that flat definer brush and smudging this on the lower lash line, focusing on the outer half. And I'm just going to add that up until I get the consistency that I want. And so now I'm going to add a little bit of the darkest purple just on the outer. So today I went for this daytime glam look, and my outfit is literally just this plain black t-shirt and dark blue skinny jeans and black Vans. So I'm keeping it super simple today. That's pretty good for like shopping and just hanging out. That was all. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me, and I also hope you enjoyed this like chatty video, which I've never done before. And so let me know if you like it and want to see more, and I will see you next Friday. Bye guys.